Ladies and gentlemen, we're back with another video, and it is Sergeant Heavy Bags, Harry Bags, Nostalgia Bong Hits. We're back with another video, and today I want to, tonight, it's like 2 in the fucking morning, I want to discuss a video that I was checking out of America having no sense of community, of why people want to leave this country, actually, and go somewhere else. And, I totally understand that. I do. Why people want to go somewhere else. And, I have to say, I completely get it. It's like this country has pretty much just enslaved us all and left us all to just kind of fend for ourselves. At the end of the day, there's not much community. Like even to me, like the community, in my opinion, is all of you that check out my channel and we discuss things and fuck around and talk about investments and all that good stuff. But whenever I look at America, though, besides the YouTube community, which in my opinion is the greatest of the communities, is the YouTube community. We do have some douchebags because anyone can pick up a computer and type away in the keyboard sections. But we have a community on YouTube that is incredible. But when you look at the American community, the only community I really ever see, because let's face it, most of the churches are a fraud nowadays. So not many people have a sense of church community. Back in the day, it was people went to church, and that was, where you met your community of people. And you all got along, and you had a belief in something, and that united you as one. And now that sense of community is pretty far gone. Anymore, like I was just saying this the other day, half the people that I see as my community are fucking degenerates, bro. Like, there's no other word to describe it. I walk in a gas station, and as much as I care about a bunch of people that play and gamble, I just see a bunch of fucking snakes playing machines, bro, hoping they're getting the next free paycheck. And that has become, gambling has always been a community, I guess, in a way, but it's kind of like everyone is out for themselves, to get that free paycheck. And that is kind of what America is like turned into, is like this battleground to pay all of your bills, afford a house, afford a car, not end up on the street. And that constant battle to not end up on the street all the time. And even when you are doing the right thing, in most people's cases, like they're working at 9 to 5, they every day, and they're still barely scraping by, barely paying their rent, barely paying, the monthly expenses of America, because no matter who you are, if you're here, you're paying bills, bro. Like, unless if you're living with your fucking parents or something, you're paying bills, Like, you can assume that at least $1,000 a month is coming out for rent if you're renting a place, Or if you're buying a place, you can assume $1,000 in bills is going to come out either way. Either way. And people are seeing that you can't keep up with it. And there is no point unless you start with a bunch of money and can really flip it into something crazy. There is no point to be here. It's just the truth. It's just like you end up, especially if you're a man here. I mean, if you're a woman, yeah, you can make some fucking sexy ass porn videos and bam, you're a fucking millionaire now all of a sudden. And, if you get lucky. But if you're a man, and some women, and you're not relying on anyone else, like, it's up to you. And most people that I've met, it's just like they're in that never-ending struggle. And there is no community. There is no helping your fellow man. There is no any of that. It's just everybody working, everybody trying to get ahead, and pay that month of bills. And then to hopefully have enough money left over to do their recreational activities, like going to a movie, like taking their kids out, taking their wife out, whatever. It just seems like we're in a society where everyone is just along for the ride in an amusement park of fire. And we're all burning, like we're all roasting. Some of us are prolonging the roasting experience more than others. Some of us are doing better than others. But we all know the amusement park's on fire. It may be the small ring around us, but we're all looking around, and seeing that there's a circle of flames around us. Like we're in the middle of that, and it's a big circle of flames. So, I mean, it may not reach us right away, and, we saved up some money and bought some 151, and, we can now sell this, and you know what I mean? We can now sell this and pay for a fire extinguisher. So we have some fire extinguishers. There are some other people that they couldn't afford fire extinguishers, so they're dying first. They're losing their house. They're losing their car. Their life has crumbled. And we're the ones with our fire extinguishers because we had enough money. And we're like, well, it got near us. Sucks to be them. And essentially, that is America. That is where we're at right now. I mean, we are looking at a giant carnival that is burning to the ground. Prices skyrocketing on everything. No president saving us. No relief for the working class. No giving a fuck about people struggling. None of it. I mean, it really is just like a carnival on fire. And everyone just kind of trying to make the best of it before they get burnt to death. That is America right now. It may sound like a fucked up analogy, but when you really look around, take a good look at this place. Crumbling infrastructure, politics that have turned on us, chemtrails, smart meters, lies out the ass, deception, just prices skyrocketing, wages stagnant. We are living in, if not the end times, the worst possible times to be alive. And we are watching America slowly burn to the ground. And the only way people can afford fire extinguishers are they get more money. And essentially, that money is the fire extinguisher. You throw money at the problem till it disappears, till it backs off you. And that is life. And it's really shit. And it's this way for a lot of us. No matter how rich or how poor you are essentially throwing piles of money to extinguish big problems. And that is where things are. It is a shit show. And there is no sense of real community. And I don't know if there's anything that will ever fix that. I don't know if there's anything that will ever bring that back. In some foreign countries, they have more of a sense of community. And in America, we've lost that. I would argue there's still groups of people that get along. Like I've been around some, a good group of friends that we all just live in the same area and we're all like cool with each other, making the best of it. But none of us enjoy it. None of us are like really happy to be in it. That if we could go somewhere else, I think all of us would. And that brings me to the next part of this video is one of my subscribers telling me a story of how they've gotten their life together and how their dad passed away. And we should have that sense of community there for each other. To tell the stories of the shit we've been through, the struggles we've been through, so they don't go unheard. And I've been through a lot of the same things. Getting older, losing parents. Like it's really tough. It's really tough, and I feel like not like no channels talk about stuff like this. And it makes me rather sick that there's not more community. There's not more groups of guiders and men with wisdom and people with wisdom. It's not the same. It's not the same. Well, when I was growing up, there was, like you would have like a father with wisdom. You would have usually a grandfather that was pretty smart. You would have, if you were lucky, you would have a really wise grandmother. If you were real lucky, you'd have two wise grandmothers. And they would educate you on the world and how it functions. And they would help build who you are. And in these times, we are losing the guidance. We are losing the knowledge, the sense of community, the glue that holds this country together. And, it's been breaking apart at the seams for years. We've been watching it fall apart. None of us really knew what to do to put the glue back in it. But we definitely look and realize that something is wrong. Be it people's attitudes, be it no guidance, be it no real sense of urgency of God, be it a sense of understanding who we all are and what our purposes are here. There is none of that. It's all pretty much been eradicated by extremely high prices. That everything around you, when you look at everything around you is pretty much profit driven. is it wouldn't exist if it wasn't making money. Car dealerships, they wouldn't exist if they didn't make money. Card shops, they wouldn't exist if they didn't make money. Grocery stores, they wouldn't exist if they don't make money. Now you start to see good quality community churches, that have had good old people in them forever that try to help guide youngsters. That it's gone because there's not money in it. And now you've seen most of the false churches take over that are profit driven. The word gets lost in the chase for profits. And the entire country turns into this profit driven circus. And, you have some choices, not many. You can adapt with it, or you can fall and just kind of give up. And, it's very tough to make a decision, especially when there's not really much you can do to change the world system, that you're kind of just one person. You know what I mean? No matter who you are, you're just kind of one person. And, as nice as it sounds, there's just not much you can really do. It's just slowly watch it all fall apart. And I feel like a lot of us have been doing that on the sidelines, that there's a certain entity that's just dividing us all and keeping us away. And it's just not working for all of us as a species, as a race. It's just only getting worse. And I'm going to say this right now. If you let private investors take over real estate, like what has happened in Australia, what has happened in a few other countries, what is slowly happening here, private companies are taking over real estate. They are the ones buying the houses to sell for higher prices. That eventually, and in some parts of the country, houses are completely untouchable. But even in the cheaper parts of the country, you are going to see houses be $1 million for just an average shithole house. That is where things are going. This place is burning to the ground. And right now, we're all along for the ride. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want you to take a deep thought of this video. Hopefully this has touched a lot of you. I feel for your struggles. I feel for your pains. But just keep your head up. And stay in the game. This is all we have for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We're out.